welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something that I prefer to do rather than constantly building the shed. Heading down towards Wilson's Prom to do some adventuring. Going to a place that I haven't been before. So this place that we're going to is one of the 4 main points in Australia, given that it's the most southern point of mainland Australia, or southernmost point of mainland Australia, depends how you want to say it. It's one of the only places though that you can't really drive to that point. So we get to a car park and then it's a 20k walk in or hike in, and yeah, 20k hike out. All the other points, as far as I'm aware, you can drive straight to. So the eastern point, most eastern point is Byron Bay. At the lighthouse there you can get your car right to that and then walk down a little track a few hundred meters and you're there. This one, I believe there's a management track that goes most of the way, but you still have to walk a few k's to get to the point. But the public can only, the closest they can get is about 20 k's away at the main car park, and then you have to hike it the whole way in. The most western point, I'm not sure about that one. The northernmost point being Cape York, you can drive that. It's a dirt road, but you can drive right up to that point the whole way, which I plan to do once the next adventure machine arrives, which I'll talk about that in another video. Currently we're in the van, cruising down, gonna go stop at a few other places on the way. There's a few things to look at in a few towns. It's currently about 20 degrees outside, nice and sunny, but I think the rain's coming, so hopefully we can get to the point without any rain. Like, I don't mind walking in the rain, but as soon as the wind picks up, it's no good. And pretty much being the southernmost point in Australia, next step after that is Tassie, and if you happen to miss it, you're in Antarctica. So you get all that cold wind coming up off Bass Strait, and it's not pretty. If you're stuck in that, it can turn nasty pretty quickly. But yeah, we'll got about an hour to go till we get there. Enjoy the trip. Okay, so depending on which way you come into Wilson's Prom, you might come through a town called Minion. It's a nice little town. I just don't quite understand this shop here. So the shop's called Bread and Pickles, but they don't sell any bread. So whoever came up with that name, not sure what they're really getting at. Right, so here we are at Minion. This is the Great Southern Rail Trail. So a lot of the old railway lines have been converted for walking, riding. Actually, this one you can ride your horse on as well. So cycling, walking, horse ride. This one goes for 72 k's. So it's not a quick little walk, this one. Just depends which towns you can go through. And it's all being a railway line, obviously it's all fairly flat. So over 10 k's, it goes from 50 meters elevation up to 75 meter elevation and drops off again. So that's nothing for a train. And yeah, heaps of people now use it. Okay, so just arrived into Fish Creek. It's the last big town before I get to Wilson's Prom, and there is a fishy. So it moves around in the wind. a big weather vane. I think the other side's like a mural pattern for the sides to spin around. Yeah, there we go. So it's all made out of road signs. So when you see them nicked from the side of the road, I think these people might have a few answers for you. Okay, so we're coming into the prom now. There's a ranger station just up ahead. I don't know if they're going to be open though. I've got my little permit thing, so I can just leave that in the window of the car. There's actually a parked car in front of me, so I'll see what they do, if they stop or not. No, there's no one here. Campsite. Yes. Yes, I have. $7.70 to book a campsite. That's it. I booked it at Roaring Meg. So it's about 4 k's away from the southern point. Get there. The whole trip to the southern point is supposed to be like a 6-hour one way. So, see how long that takes. Haven't done any hiking since January. The stuffed leg. So we can do it in less than 6 hours. Alright, just got to Telegraph Saddle car park, so this is the furthest spot you can leave your car. Things aren't going well straight away. My bag fell over just as I was getting out of the van, and I had my 360 camera on there, and it's just ripped the whole mounting point out. So, yeah, whole mounting point gone. I think you can get a replacement part for it, so it looks like there's like 4 screws and a mounting point, so I'll have to look into that, because apart from that, it looks like the only thing that's damaged. And it's a real fine thread on these. It's not the best mounting point on these cameras, because you got like a real fine, like it's a standard camera mount, and you got all this wobbling. So it's a stress point on this, and it's very thin plastic. But yeah, so that's what we're up to before we even get out of the car. Alright, and we're off. Better start the watch. So this is Telegraph Saddle car park. That's Mount Oberon up there, so there's a walking track that goes up to there. Leave the van here, and off we go. Okay, so we are here. Walk down this track. Telegraph Junction, Roaring Meg, that's where the campsite is. Then we've got like a little bit of a walk to get to South Point. So whether I set up camp there and just hoof that and then get back, or I keep going. Depends what time I get to here, I think. So it's currently, what time is it? Oh, 8:34 in the morning. Supposed to be 6 hours, I believe. So South Point, 15.65 hours. Well, that's different. It's different to what it says on the website. Do that in one day. So the closest overnight hikes campsite, Roaring Meg, and that's 3.7 k's to get to South Point. So really, I've got 12 k's to get to the camp. We'll see what time we get there. Might even walk back later tonight. We'll see. See how the leg's feeling. But you'd think they'd put a sign here saying South Point. But there's not. There's a lot of tracks that are closed in this area at the moment. So Seals Cove, we're not going Seals Cove, so that's okay. Alright, we'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, it's the first sign I've seen that actually shows us where we're going. So, Roaring Meg Camp, 6.1 k's, 2.5 hours. Okay, currently at Halfway Hut. So it's halfway between Telegraph Saddle and the lighthouse, which we're not quite going that far. Bit of room in here, it's good. So the original hut was built out of driftwood. And it was transported 3 miles here by horse. And that is the part of the old telegraph line. Just there. Which all this was replaced in 1973, I think it said. It replaced 1971. So what they did in 1971 is up the top of Mount Oberon, where the base of that's where I parked the car. They put all radio towers up there, so it's a big radio link now, rather than having cables go all the way through here, from Telegraph Saddle all the way through to the light station. Okay, so from Halfway Hut campsite, going to Roaring Meg, 4.6 k's, 2 hours. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, just coming up, slight little hill. We start getting the first view of the ocean. Some dunes there. Okay, made it to Roaring Meg Campground. Toilet, always handy. Oh, yellow sign, what's that for? It says a lower and an upper. There's no one here, so there's no reason I can't stay here. South Point, 3.7 k's. Oh, okay, flood damage. It's all right. Alright, well there's supposed to be water here somewhere. Might be down the lower section. Let's have a look. can hear it. Alright, so this is the way you want to go if you're going towards a lighthouse. Okay. Alright, let's get some water. Well, it's not the nicest looking water I've ever seen, but I'll filter it out and see what we end up with. It's just a lot of tannin in the water from all the gum leaves and stuff, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't make me sick. So at Roaring Meg's campground now, it's about another hour walk to get to the south point this way. I went down to the lower campsite where there was some water. The whole place is full of leeches. I stood there for like a minute and I had 3 leeches crawling over my shoes, so there's no way I'm setting up a camp down there. It's just full of ferns and it's just all humid, so it's just ideal for leeches down there. So, time to have some snacks before I head off. Bit of a stop. Now, if I was to ever get a major sponsor for this channel, I think it should be this company, Allen's. So check this out. New gummy koalas. And like, look, there's a little grumpy dude on the back. Little yellow ones. So yellow's grumpy pineapple. You got sleepy lime, happy blackcurrant, and cheeky raspberry. So the little raspberry one's got his bum out. Now, Allen's have been around in Australia since, I said, 1891, and it's taken them this long to get a koala. So there we go. Grumpy koala. Now, what's good about these is they're not like a sticky gummy. They're a chewy gummy. So they can, like, really hard to pull apart. How good's that though? Know your portions. 1 serve is 6 pieces. Yeah, but I'm pretty big. So, cheeky one. He's got his tongue out. Tongue out and bum out. Of course, blackcurrant. Happy blackcurrant. So he's just standing there with a smiley face. Alright, let's get coffee on. Oh, the water down there, it's all full of tannin, so even filtered, let's get a water bottle. So even filtered, it's still got a slight tinge in it. But, boil it up, it'll be right. Going. Alright, pop the lid on. And let's see what we've got to eat. Just going to do a coffee and some nudes. I'm going to have a bit of an early lunch, so put them in a minute. A little rubbish bag. I haven't had a coffee yet this morning, so I've been hanging all day. But it's not the best coffee. I've got some coffee bags there, but I just feel like this at the moment. Rubbish bag. I'm gonna wait for the water. Okay, leaving Roaring Meg Campground now. Head to South Point. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay here when I get back or not. It's only 2 and a bit hours walk in, so I might get back to the car. At least there's a bed in the van, whereas here it's not one flat spot and it's full of leeches, so I'll see how I feel when I get back from this little bit, and off we go. Okay, just walking along the track to get there. Pretty much first glimpse of the bay. Just come up the hill. It should be like just on the opposite side of this one. Oh, this is a breeze here now. Got a big island in front. I think that's called Wattle Island. Big rock in the middle of nowhere. Looks like it's floating in the air. The sea's pretty flat today. So the track's all pretty easy until, you know, it gets to the last little bit, climbing over rocks and down rocks, and yeah, not fun with a backpack on. Whew. It's like the closer we get, the harder it's becoming. And because my left leg's stuffed, I'm compensating on my right leg, and yeah, that's not fun. Whew. We'll get there. We've got, what, about a K to go, I think. Alright, we're coming up to it. Here we are, South Point, the most southerly point of Australian mainland. You are 3,180 kilometres from Cape York, which we'll get there soon. But technically, there's still more south, so let's go have a look. So no fishing, no catching crabs, no spear fishing. Don't know why you'd carry your rod all this way down that track, but I suppose I carried a camera that far down, but a bit different. Go up and have a look up here. Alright, so pretty much that way, get in the boat, keep going, you'll hit Tasmania, but if you're slightly off, next step or next stop would be Antarctica. So yeah, good luck with that if you're into that sort of thing. There's no way I'd be walking out here if it was raining. Yeah, a couple of islands. I'd have to look that up, I don't know what they're called off the top of my head. And then we've got the only place left to go that way, which is north. straight to Cape York. Well, not today. I think we'll get back to the car today, and that's probably gonna do us. Alright, well, what I might do is go back to this side and get the camera out and take a photo. And we'll do that.